there's other blokes out there with runners on in the captain's run too, so that's pretty normal. And he trained, he would have done about 85-90% of the session yesterday, so he's well positioned to play tomorrow night at this point in time. Structurally his ankle is fine, the scans showed that. The soreness is just around a bit of scar tissue where the operation was actually took place. So and that's probably going to hang around for a while, as all of us know when we have operations that sort of thing doesn't go away in a hurry. So he's well positioned to play tomorrow night at this stage.
You brought Harry Sharp in. Is that a pretty I'm reluctant to say straightforward decision, but I guess on what he showed last week, is that something you're pretty comfortable with?
Yeah, he came on and had good impact in the game. I thought played his role really well, so did on the back of that, and he played again the next day in our reserves practice game, albeit not the full game, and went well again. So it's a logical like for like replacement. Although Jackson Pryor played really well last week as well. So I've got a few options there.
What do you like about Harry? I mean, you showed a lot of faith in him last year in round one, and then had the injury all of last year, and then showed a lot of faith in him again this year in round one. So what is it about Sharpie that you like?
I don't like Sharpie any more than I like any other of our players, to be honest, but his attributes are that he's obviously a guy that can cover a lot of ground, and in that wing position, the way it's played in modern footy, you need to be able to cover a lot of ground, and he can do that as well as anyone. He's a good decision maker with the ball, he's really disciplined around playing his role. So I think he would have played more senior footy last year had he not got that season-ending injury, but might have been a blessing because he's about 6 or 7 kilos heavier this year than he was last year.
So he's coming from Mitch. There was a little bit of divided opinion on the result of his tribunal. What's your message to him in terms of what he can do this time? Is there something he can change in a similar situation?
To be honest with you, I haven't given Mitch any message, and I moved on from that on Tuesday night because he's not playing. So we've got to protect the head, and players have got to find ways to do that. And no doubt we'll have a bit of a chat about that this week as he comes back to play. But fundamentally, I didn't want to spend any more time thinking about the Mitch thing than was needed. So Tuesday night, once the decision was made, that was it for us and for me.
You talked about Pryor and Tom Berry seems to be the other kind of, I guess they can really use a lot of options for wing, back and forward, but those two guys.
Yeah, no, those blokes can all play multiple positions, so they're handy players to have in your squad.
It's the first time Joe will be playing in front of his former home crowd. What sort of reception do you think Essendon fans might go for him tomorrow?
I don't really know. I mean, the Danahers are much loved Essendon people, the whole family. So my guess would be there'd be a bit of a mixture. There might be a few angry ones, and there'll be a few that still love him. Joe will be ready for whatever's coming to him, and hopefully he can play as well this week as he did last week.
Where are that side that come off a loss that, there was a lot of hype around them while he was going into this starting season, and then they had a bigger loss that people would have seen coming, and then do you get nervous when you're facing a side like that, because it might be a little bit fired up?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a factor. I mean, it was a factor last week too. Port Adelaide haven't beaten us for a long time, and they exited out of the finals last year in a manner that they weren't too pleased with. So they had 4 months to get ready to play us, and we could see by the way that they played that they were hell-bent on trying to turn all that around, and they only just failed. And so 2 weeks in a row we play a team that's got something to prove. We've got stuff to prove too, and I think playing in those games are always great opportunities for us. I mean, you look at it, the stadium will be full of Essendon people. They're on the rebound. They've copped a lot of heat in Melbourne this week. I understand what that blowtorch is like, so we know what's coming at us, but we don't control them. We just control what we do. So we'll just be trying to make sure that we're ready and on the job, and don't assume for one moment that the Essendon that played last week will be the Essendon that comes out tomorrow night, because they're a very proud footy club. I thought last week we made some unforced skill errors, which were uncharacteristic. I'm not sure whether that was just blowing the cobwebs out after 2 weeks out. It was a little bit slippery out there, I'm not sure, but we'd certainly like to be better with our skill execution. And I thought there were moments in the game where we had opportunities to give the ball to players in better position to shoot for goal. I'd like to see a bit better composure around that tomorrow night.
You asked about Darcy and Darcy Ford, so we've got to go through so many Darcy Ford and why you liked him. So you couldn't have asked for a better start, but did you like the way that he and Oscar played together last week? Not just
well, they rucked really well. They gave us good looks at the ball around the stoppages, and they were able to have an impact when they went up forwards. So if they were the boxes that I sort of had down that needed to be ticked at the end of the game, Oscar and Darcy ticked all those boxes.